Hello and welcome to Retro Cars Reborn. I'm Lee, of course, and I am, of course, super sorry that it has taken this long to get a lengthy video out, but I've been having so many problems in here and in my normal life that, you know, things happen, eh? We're going to do some work on the Capri, and I was going to enjoy it, but I'm not going to enjoy it because in the end I think it just turned out to not be very good. But you will have to see, won't you? So let's get on with it. So I have cut off some of the plate that was previously welded in. That's the plate I welded in underneath, which needs to be continued on to this piece of the floor. But basically what I did was I put that plate on underneath because I knew this plate was laid over the top. So basically I knew this plate was higher than the plate I've put in. The plate I've put in is directly attached to the original floor pan. Because I knew basically it would give some strength to the car, and when I cut this out, which was eventually going to happen like it is now, basically it's already a lot stronger than it would have been if I'd have just done that with it and just cut it straight out. So we're going to cut across this groove now. We're going to try and cut the rest of this out, and then we'll see if this piece, because it's already pretty much flat look, I'm going to try and keep this piece and basically just make it part of this. That's definitely got to come out. So cut most of it out now. It's mad to think that I put this plate in more than 5 years ago. But yes, got to get rid of all this trash around the edges and across here and up here, and we'll see how much of this wants repairing. So basically I did not like the plate that I put in, so I just cut it back out. I started to grind back those repairs that somebody else put in, because I'm just going to leave them there because they are pretty flush. So I think I can just grind them away and you won't see them. So yeah, so I've just got to deal with how much of this bit of floor I'm going to take away. That bit there's fine. This bit here is not. This bit here's got too much taken out as well. It's a shame really, because I managed to cut that flush before having to touch those two. Yeah, so that would have been the one that had the circle in it. So I'm wondering if I can build that and put that back in, and then we can probably build up to here and then put a panel in. Let's see what we can do, eh? So the circle that was still in the top one, which is now here, I've cut it out because I'm going to try and make one, because we've managed to save that one, and I managed to obviously do all these repairs and save this one. So it'd be a shame not to put these two back in the front, wouldn't it? And especially with me taking that panel back out. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make one so that it does fit back in here, like so. But it'll be an entire piece that fits in here. And we'll put a slither in here as well that has to come down. We'll fit this entire piece in here. Then we'll put a panel in there because that is literally just a square. We'll do the same for the bottom. We'll make a piece that goes all the way in here with the circle in it, and then we shall plate the remaining piece, because it is just a flat piece of metal that goes in there anyway. So let's give this a go. Well, I couldn't quite make it as big as the original, but I could make it look like these ones, so I went with that because it still looks factory then when it's in. So let's weld this in and we can fill in. See, that's going to be the biggest gap to fill, but I don't know how far it's going to continue to come back. I think it's alright once it gets to here, but we'll give it a prod. As you can see, light coming through it there, look. Anyway, there we go, light coming through it. So yeah, so we'll get this area finished off and we'll come to this. Well, it definitely escalated quickly. Somehow, don't know how, but I've somehow missed welding that there. I don't know how it happened. Well, it looks a little patchwork, but it's more flawed than this Capri has ever had in its entire life. The next bit I've got to try and recreate is this, because that should then follow on onto this piece, because originally this piece stops here and then bows up and then the floor slots into it basically, and then they're spot welded down the edge. But I'm not too concerned with the floor on this because it's all going to be sealed. So yeah, that's more floor than this car's ever had in a long while. This to deal with. So with that in, I've now cut all the way up to where the rot stops. There's some in here. So get the light. There we go. So to repair that first, before we put this last slither of floor in, we're going to have to rotate the car all the way around so that that bit is down there. So we basically got our piece in, ready to weld in. Then we can finally put the finishing piece on, and this part of the floor will be totally done from the outside, that is. Well, I've finally got my welder fixed because it just died. See the shorts if you want to find out what happened. But we've got it tacked in, so I'll go ahead and start to basically weld it in now then. And we can grind it back and it should look great. Yeah, so 100% happy with how the Eurotorch new setup welds. Yeah, it's good. So now I just got to drill some holes across the bottom. We need to join this piece to this piece. We just need to drill some holes all the way across here now, so we can actually join it to essentially the sill. It is looking nearly completed. All we're missing now is one outrigger, and it is done. So let's get this outrigger put on, get it all painted, and it should look mint. So I tried spot welding this thing on and it failed every single time, and I've done it I've done it 6-7 times now. So you know what, it can just be fucking welded on all the way around. It's never ever going to fall off then, is it, in a million years? And I'm not too bothered about it having lines around it anyway, because water will only get underneath it if it's spot welded on anyway. Even if it's seam sealed, I don't think it'd survive very well, because you know, on Capris these bits usually are already dead. So yeah, I'm just gonna weld all the way around it. I'm not that fussed as long as it's on there. Now it's all welded in, and I've got a smear of fiberglass over everything, and it's just drying at the minute. So yeah, that was atrocious to fit that, and I hate it, but it's the only way it was going on, because you can't use my spot welder, because you can't get around it. Glad I managed to put this bit of floor back in, so I'm happy with that. I'm sure once I've got it all painted with red oxide primer, I'll be more happy with it. But yeah, it's done. The floor's done this side. It's just that side to tackle now. So the question is, do I now prefer the repair now that it's painted with red oxide primer? I kind of do. Because it all being one colour is what makes it. And once this has been you know, under sealed, it should be fine. Am I happy with how I had to fit this piece? God, no. I still think it looks awful. But from back here, oh, looks mint. From here, looks shit. But when this car's put back together and it's on the road and it's the right way up, am I ever going to look at this bit ever again? No, of course I'm not. So yeah, we are one step closer to this car being on the road, and that's what I'm going to take away from this. Thank you for watching. I've been Lee. It's been Retro Cars Reborn. I'm one step closer to getting the car on the road. That's the positive. There are no negatives. Fixed. It looks amazing. Yes, it looks amazing. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Consider subscribing. Leave us a like and a comment. Bye bye.